All right, step 23, market domination. Let's talk about how you're going to dominate the market that you're in. Top producers understand that geographical farming done the right way is going to help them dominate their local market. You can literally dominate. You can take 50% market share within your market. All right. You want to create a budget specifically for farming. You want to put money aside, okay, for that specific purpose. You want to use farming to increase repeat and referral business. You want to create systems and tools for farming as well as hiring people to operate these systems. So that's something we discussed before. Now let's talk about why farming. So we call it farming for a reason. Farming is basically the art of planting seeds in the ground and then watering the seeds regularly and consistently. The seeds are basically the contacts. Every time you make a contact with people who live inside your farm, that is like planting seeds. Farming is a commitment we're going to make to invest ourselves in something worthwhile for long term. So farming takes dedication. You really need to be dedicated because you gotta be consistent. If you're not consistent, you cannot do farming. Farming only works when you are really consistent with the plan. So I'm gonna show you exactly what it means, but you gotta be determined, you gotta be consistent, and you gotta be persistent with the plan. You obviously need to also have the stamina to sustain yourself, okay, and keep on going when the going is hard, which means if you're making contacts and you still, let's say you contacted 50 people and you're still not getting an appointment, don't get frustrated. It's a numbers game and it's a consistent game. So you need to continuously do that, and it's going to give you unbelievable results. You just need to follow the system. When the seeds turn into trees, okay, the trees then consistently produce fruits. Once you plant the seeds in the ground, you got to water the seeds, you got to protect the seeds, from insects, from weeds coming in and trying to kill your seeds. So basically your job is to protect the seeds the same way you're doing in a farm, you're going to do here. So how does that translate into real estate? Well, the seeds are contacts. Every time you make a contact and you talk to someone, you're planting seeds. If you follow up, you do the follow-up, you do the pre-qualifying conversations we talked about, okay, you do it the right way, it will secure your financial future, because every seed you're planting, every customer, every happy customer within your geographical farm can then give you a lot of referrals. You can basically get from one person 5 listings every single year. If you do it right and you talk to the right people and you're making connections and you're making relationships and you're building these relationships with people. So when you dominate your local market through farming, you keep building relationships based on trust with the local community, and in return, you're consistently receiving referrals back, okay? And that's really a cycle. That's how it works. You build relationships, you talk to people, you're giving them some free information, okay, and as you continuously doing that, you're going to start getting a lot of leads. Farming requires time investment as well as monetary investment, because it's not enough just to contact them face to face or over the phone. You also obviously need to send out mail. Choose your favorite area to farm. I always tell people, you got to be happy when you do this business. You'll be excited. If you're not excited, don't do it. So how are you going to get excited? You're going to choose an area that you love, which means an area that you would like to live in, okay? If you love the area you live in, obviously, you're going to work in that area. All right, so old-fashioned style, you can get a map, okay, from a gas station, buy a map of the area, and then put the map on the wall in your office and start marking streets, and you're going to basically build an action plan, okay, to go out there for door knocking. So you can do that, or you can just print it out of like Google Maps, and you can basically have these maps set up where you know exactly which streets you're gonna door knock, and everything is organized. You gotta be consistent, but you also need to be organized when you do this. You gotta make a decision to follow a farming business plan. So we're gonna build a marketing plan for you. So we're gonna build a real business plan, an action plan. We're gonna go street by street. We're gonna have different flyers. We're going to give out these people a lot of information, a lot of free home evaluation reports, a lot of stuff that we need to do, but you got to hold yourself accountable to follow the plan, or hire someone else to do it for you. Obviously, if you hire a coach, the coach's job is to hold you accountable to do what is necessary to do inside your farm. Okay, so you want to execute the plan by taking specific action. You want to commit to work consistently 6 days a week for 2 to 3 years. You got to work a farm for 2 to 3 years. Otherwise, if you're not willing to make that commitment, don't start farming. All right, you want to set aside money from each closing, and you want to budget your farming expense and grow it as you go along. So every single time you close a deal, Okay, about 10, 15, 20% at the beginning stages, about 20% you want to allocate to your farm to advertise, okay, to do your branding. Promote your brand and services with phone calls, meaning prospecting. You're going to actually call people around your listings, around your sales. You're going to call every single for sale by owner within your farm. You're going to go door knock and call all these different people. So obviously also door knocking. You want to work the map and you want to make sure that you include every single house. You're going to go door to door inside your farm. You're going to door knock everybody's doors, okay? And you're going to make face-to-face contacts. Inside the script book that I shared with you on my website, if you go to resources there, you're going to find the scripts and dialogues. I also included door knocking scripts, and you have 5 or 6 different variations of door knocking script that you can use, and all of them are super short. All right, they're not going to be more than like 10-15 seconds each. So you want to use that. You want to do mail outs, you want to do postcards, flyers, newsletters. All that stuff has to happen. So every single month you want to send out mail outs. You want to use, sometimes you want to do flyers, sometimes postcards. It really depends. You want to throw out local events, like for example, you want to do something in your local library. You can do, for example, like a first time home buyer seminars, or you can do for sale by owner seminars, and give a lecture and you know, talk about real estate, house values, and you can even bring in with you a mortgage broker to talk about mortgage rates, or you can, there's so many different things. Get creative. Okay, you want to throw some local events, you want to do some volunteering, go to the fire department, school systems, you can basically volunteer to do a lot of different things, house of worship, hospitals, etc., etc. There are plenty of local donation events and charity events you can basically go to inside your farm. And of course, you want to continuously build relationships with the local leaders, teachers, and influencers within your community. You want to visit houses of worship, you want to visit local hospitals, you want to basically building relationships at the city hall, okay, with the local government offices, building department, tax assessor's office. You want to build a Facebook community page. We spoke about that also at step 22. You want to build a YouTube channel. We also spoke about it at step 22. And of course, you want to visit your local businesses. That is a big one. If you want to do a lot of business, you can go out and actually talk to restaurant owners, banks, nail salon, hair salon, any single store within your area. So when you do door knocking, you can also go to the commercial side of your town and start going, into the stores, store by store. Another thing is to build a local community blog where you can, post different blog postings and use that also on your Facebook community page. And then of course you can also write articles online on all kinds of different websites. There are so many article websites you can go and just publish some articles. Okay, you can talk about your town, talk about your local education system, your school system, transportation, entertainment, restaurants in your town. All these things are going to drive traffic to your website. You're connecting all of those different things inside your farm. But listen, you need to understand, the farm is basically an area, a specific area that you choose to build your business. And you're going to do business in that neighborhood. So in other words, every single for sale by owner in that farm should see you. You should go door knock, face to face, talk to these people, show up at their open houses, okay? Give them some free reports, give them some free tools to use in their open house, help them and build relationships with these people. Same goes for your expireds. Every single expired in your farm, you got to go door knock. Okay, you got to go around your listings and sales. You got to go door knocking around your listings and sales. You got to play these numbers every single day. After you pick your farm, okay, you want to aim to cover the area with face-to-face contact every 60 to 90 days. You want to meet everyone in your farm between 60 to 90 days, and you want to do that every single quarter. Okay, now if you make 20 face-to-face contact a day, door knocking, right? 5 days a week, which means you will make 100 contacts every week, which is 400 contacts a month, okay? And about 800 face-to-face contacts every single 2 months. So in a quarter, you can cover over 1,000 homes if you're aggressive, if you do this full time, okay? And then you can convert 5% of that. So 5% out of 1,000 or out of 1,200, if you want to do the math, out of 1,000, 5% is 50 deals a year. Right, so at 5% success ratio, you can do a lot of deals in your farm area if you really do what we teach in this program. Now, I have a specific video program that I'm talking about, and I also have a live event that's called Door Knocking Riches. You want to definitely take a look into that and study that before you go out there and start doing this farming. Now, obviously, as you door knock, you're going to start making notes. Who are the nicest people? Who are the people that are connected? They're going to start talking to you and share with you some information about the neighborhood, about other people they know that are moving or might think about, selling. Okay, so all that stuff is done. Now, here is what you need to do. You got to door knock every single quarter and talk to people face to face. Every single house within your farm, you got to meet these people. You got to go out there. You got to shake hands, okay? Face to face with these people. Every single quarter, they got to see you. And then every single month, on a minimum basis, once a month, okay? But you really want to aim towards doing it 2 times a month. You're going to send them out mail. So I'm talking about just listed, just sold postcards. I'm talking about free home evaluation postcards. I'm talking about any kind of postcard that you can send these people, holiday postcards. So just find ideas for your postcards, and you want to send out mail and you want to automate the system of these mail outs. In other words, you can sign up for a mail out program. There's many different websites, many different companies that offer you this service to take care of your database. They're going to do all your mail outs for you. So you can pay for the whole year. Okay, if you do once a month, you're talking about 12 pieces for the year. If you're doing it twice a month, you're doing 24 pieces for the year. And I can tell you, when you do 2 times a month a mail out, and then every single month you go face to face with these people, every quarter you meet with these people, you're going to start after about 12 to 18 months. You're going to start converting a lot of these people, and you're going to get a lot of business. So you want to follow through with this system. You got to do it every single month. Now, if you take 1 month break, for example, if you do a mail out for 2 months in a row, and then you stop 1 month and you're not going to do door knocking because you got busy, you got a few listings, and you get off the horse, you're going to lose business and you need to start from scratch. So every time you quit or every time you stop, you need to start from scratch. You cannot start counting 12 months, okay, 12 to 18 months. You can't count and then stop, because every time you stop, you need to count from the beginning. Okay, that's why I keep telling you in this video, don't quit, don't just continue to do this. You have to keep going every month after month after month. You're going to do this 12 to 18 months and you're going to start converting. 5% will come back to you. So if you have 800 homes within your farm, okay, you're going to get about 40 closings a year just from the farm. I'm not even talking about sphere of influence, past clients, and other sources of business that's going to come your way. This is solely coming in from inside your farm. Now, on tax records, you will find some of the phone numbers for these people, and you can also buy databases within certain areas. So you can go and search on Google. There are many companies that will sell you a database. On the database, you're going to have everybody who lives within a certain area, okay? They're going to give you based on demographics that you request. You can buy specific mail outs, a mailing list, and then mail these people something. And some of them will also have phone numbers. And as you go along door knocking, you want to start collecting phone numbers. So you're building this database. As you go along to do this farm, you're going to start building a database for the farm. Okay, you want to basically have all the names of everybody who lives in the farm. You want to have their email address. You want to have their phone numbers. And that takes time. You need to build relationships. Now, one of the best tools I've ever used in my business, and I can tell you, I got the majority of my listings door knocking, offering people a free home evaluation, okay? So basically, you're going to offer them a home evaluation study, and you're going to basically offer it to everybody inside your farm. This study is going to give the homeowner an accurate market valuation of their property. It's going to tell them exactly how much the property is worth in today's market, and it's going to build your reputation as the market expert. So you can even go and give it to them once a year. All right, and going forward, you're going to continuously do that with inside your farm. This home evaluation is going to help you get listing appointments and find those that are actually thinking about selling now or in the near future. And the reports are going to separate you from the mediocre agents. Nobody is doing that. I can tell you, if I'm teaching 100 people to do this, you're going to get about 10% of them go home and do it for about 6 months, and then the majority of them will quit. And those that don't quit become super top producers, like the elite of top producers. Okay, and doing all of these reports obviously is going to also help you become an expert of pricing within your area. So if you are doing what I told you to do on the other videos, which means you're going to go out there, you become a pricing specialist, you're going to go door knocking, you're going to do private invitations in open houses. You're going to do just listed, just sold postcards around every single listing that you're selling or someone in your office sold. When you combine all of these activities inside your farm, you're gonna kill it, you're gonna own it, okay? And that's really what you want to focus on. If you only focus on doing that, and you're gonna take all the videos I recorded in this program and build it all to help you become an expert within a specific geographical farm, you're gonna be the one that's gonna take the majority of the listings in the farm. You're gonna be the one that the majority of buyers are calling, because you're gonna have a bunch of ads and a bunch of signage and yard signs everywhere. And that's really how you're going to become a dominating listing agent in your market. So you want to make sure that you are basically focusing on making as many face-to-face contacts as possible every single day. You want to make sure that you extend a favor to every single person you meet and offer them a free home evaluation. You want to be consistent. You want to finish what you started. Don't start and then stop. Okay, you want to see yourself already in possession of your dreams and goals. Always visualize, always think positive, always keep yourself in a positive mindset. And you want to make sure that you door knock every single door, every single quarter. If you can't, the farm is too big and you need to maybe squeeze your farm and choose a smaller farm. So if you know ahead of time that you're choosing a big farm, for example, if you chose 1,200 homes, and every month you got a really face-to-face 400 people, which means 100 people per week, you gotta do these numbers. And if you fall off the tree, then you need to start from scratch. So make sure you don't bite more than you can chew, okay? That's it for step 23. I'm gonna see you at step 24.